She watched the door every evening. Not with hope, just watching. I didn't understand it at first. I thought she was waiting for someone. She was. She just knew, by then, that the someone wasn't coming. My name is Hannah. I've been a nurse for a long time. This story is from earlier, when I was still learning what presence actually means. Miriam was 71. A retired librarian. Widowed 12 years before I met her. Her husband Georg died on a Tuesday. Without warning, without a goodbye. She had no children. One niece, Clara, who lived 2 hours away, had 2 young children of her own, and a life that moved very fast. Clara had visited at the beginning, genuinely, with flowers and good intentions and long stays in the chair by the bed. Then the visits became phone calls. The phone calls became shorter. Miriam never said a word about it. She simply observed the door. What she had was a mind full of books, a dry, quiet humor that caught you off guard, and the particular dignity of someone who had spent her life helping others find meaning in words, and now had no one left to share what she'd found. She told me about the library once. Not the building, the work. 41 years behind the same counter. She knew which books people came back for when they were grieving, and which ones they came back for when they were falling in love.
You can tell a great deal about a person by what they return early and what they keep past the due date.
She laughed when she said it. It was the first time I heard her laugh. Georg, she said, kept every book late, every single one. He liked living inside them a little longer than he was supposed to. I married a man who broke the rules gently, she said. I think that's the only kind of rule-breaking worth doing. I don't remember exactly when it started, the habit of staying a few minutes longer. But I remember the first evening she talked about Georg, not about losing him, about coffee. She said he made her coffee every morning, before she was awake, before he spoke a word. The cup was simply there. After he died, she kept setting out 2 cups for almost 3 years. I knew he wasn't coming back, she said, but the hands remembered. I asked her once why she still looked at the door each evening. She thought about it. The worst loneliness, she said, is not being alone in a room. It is being invisible in one. I wrote it down that night. I still have the note. A week later, she asked me for a favor. Not medicine, not comfort. A photograph. It was in a drawer at her flat, she said, under the good tablecloth, the one she never used. I brought it the next day. Georg, young, laughing, mid-sentence, caught by the camera before he finished the joke. She held it for a long time without speaking. Then she turned it face down on the table. I don't need to look at him, she said, to know he's there. I needed to know it was close. That's different from needing to see it. Weeks later, near the end, she asked me something I wasn't prepared for. I had just finished her evening routine. I was about to leave. She looked at me, not at the door, at me. Is there someone waiting for you tonight? I said yes, my mother. She was quiet for a moment. Then she said, tell her, whatever you've been meaning to say, tonight, not because something might happen, but because she is already waiting. I called my mother on the way home. She picked up immediately. She cried. Not because of anything dramatic, just because I wasn't in a hurry for once. Just because I called. Clara called 2 nights before the end. Miriam let it ring twice before answering. I only heard Miriam's side. No, nothing urgent, she said. I just wanted to hear your voice doing something ordinary. Tell me about the children. Tell me something small. She listened for a long time. She smiled at things I couldn't hear. When she hung up, she held the phone against her chest for a moment. The way you'd hold something warm on a cold day. She's not a bad person, Miriam said. Unprompted. She's just a busy one. I used to think those were opposites of love. Now I think they're just what love looks like when a life gets crowded. Miriam had a copy of The Little Prince on her bedside table. She never asked me to read it to her. She just kept it there. Saint-Exupéry wrote, "One sees clearly only with the heart. What is essential is invisible to the eye." Miriam knew this, not as a quote, as something she had lived. We spend so much time looking at the surface of people, their words, their schedules, their output, and almost no time with the part of them that actually needs to be seen. Miriam didn't need anything from Clara. She didn't need flowers or long visits. She just needed to know that she was still visible, that someone still looked directly at her. I think of the books she catalogued for 41 years. Every one of them had a card, a record, proof it had been touched, opened, needed. People don't come with cards. No one stamps the date the last time someone truly looked at you. Miriam kept her own record instead. 2 cups for 3 years. A photograph kept close, turned face down. A door, watched every evening. Not proof that someone was coming. Proof that she was still someone worth watching for. Miriam died on a Thursday morning. I was there, because she had asked me to stay. Clara arrived 2 hours later. She sat in the chair for a long time, not saying anything. I don't know what she was thinking, but I noticed she stopped looking at her phone. Before she left, Clara picked up the photograph from the nightstand, still face down, and turned it over. She looked at it for a long time. Then she put it in her bag. I never asked her what she did with it. Some things you let people carry in private. The people we miss most are usually the ones we assumed could wait.